They think you're not going to rebuild from that loss because everything you lost was setting you up for something so much greater. I had another one-on-one today, a one-on-one mentoring session today, and the focus was she lost a lot. 2025 just looked like it was never going to end. And we're at the end. But I want to say this to you. I don't care what it looks like you lost. We serve a sovereign God who can restore all things. Joel 2:25. And I will restore what was lost to you. You know, sometimes it looks like we lose everything, like our life has fallen apart. This year, many people have lost relationships. They have lost loved ones, doors closed that they thought would be open for them, opportunities vanished, and you're sitting there wondering, what was all of this for? I just want to say this to you. If you feel like you lost and God cannot restore, that is the enemy. The enemy wants you to feel like what you lost can never be regained again. But what if the loss wasn't a punishment by God? Because sometimes, you know, one of the things that she said, she felt like God was punishing her. She felt like because of all the sins that she had done, God was punishing her. And there is so often our mindsets, what the enemy put in our mind is to make us feel because of the things that we're going through, God is punishing us, God is mad at us, God is not going to restore us. That's not God. God is a God of love. And so sometimes what God allows you to go through is a setup for a combat. It is so that he gets glory out of your situation. Sometimes he got to make it look so bad, so muddy, so grimy, so muddy. But it's for his glory. It's for your combat. Look at Jesus. And I'll use that as an example. It may not be the best, but it is the best example. All that he went through for you and I. But God was able to restore his life back to him because he gave up his life for you and I. So I'm saying that to say it looked bad. It looked really bad. Because how are you, the Son of God, and you're going to the grave and your Father can't even save you from the cross? But it was a divine plan by the Father. So what if all the loss that you experienced this year was a divine plan by the Father to set you up for a comeback, a moment where everything that broke you becomes a very thing that builds you? It builds you. And so I just want you to know, I just wanted to pop in here and encourage somebody and let you know, listen, what you dealt with, the loss, it wasn't to destroy you. Because this year for many people felt like it stripped you of everything. Your peace, your confidence, your stability, your finances, even your place to live. Some of us, our jobs. You watch things you prayed for disappear. You watch things that you prayed doors to open, God slammed those shut in your face. You saw people walk away who you thought would always be there. But sometimes what looks like a loss is really life rearranging itself to make space for what's next. 2026 is right on the cusp right now. God is making room for what he's going to do. See, every ending is a quiet invitation to start again, stronger, wiser, and more aligned. You see, comeback never happens in the spotlight. It happens in the dark. When you plant a seed, you don't plant a seed in the light. You put it down in the dirt. When you put it down in the dirt, you never see that seed again until what was planted sprouts up. God has planted some things in you. In this year that you dealt with a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of loss, a lot of legal situations, God planted something in you. One, a greater level of trust in him, in that he's sovereign and that he loves you, right? But there's a breakthrough and a blessing gonna come from all that you went through. So in those moments where you were forced to sit with yourself, heal, rebuild, and learn what you truly deserve, life, or if you're like me, God doesn't take something without preparing you to replace it with something better. The silence wasn't rejection. I know it felt like it, but it wasn't. It was God's redirection. The delay wasn't denial. It was developing you for something greater. It's like children. You have to teach them in order for you to release more to them. You would not right now give your 10-year-old your car keys and tell them to go drive around on the highway and go to Walmart or to the grocery store and pick up some things. You wouldn't. Wisdom would tell you they weren't ready. They weren't ready. So maybe you lost your job this year. Maybe you lost your apartment. Maybe you lost your house. Maybe you just suffered a lot of loss and thought you failed. You didn't fail. Maybe someone left. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe it broke your spirit, because most of the time when we end a relationship that we really don't want to, even when we have hiccups in that relationship, it breaks a lot of people, because you start to question yourself. What did I do? What happened? Why did it end? Maybe your dream didn't unfold the way you imagined it would. But when you look back, you'll see the things that left made room for the people, places, and things that God wants to bring in your life. Or it made room for the person that you're becoming. See, life has a way of restoring balance. What was lost returns in a different form, but with a greater meaning. And when it returns, you'll realize it wasn't punishment. God was not punishing you by all the things he allowed you to lose. He was not. It was preparation. See, there's an ancient promise, again, in Joel 2:25 that says, I will restore the years the locusts have eaten. That means even the time you thought was wasted. You wasted in that relationship. You wasted on that job. You wasted trying to apply for an apartment. It was not. The years spent struggling, the seasons spent crying, being broken. They're all redeemable, because we have a God who redeems the time and he restores. Because what was meant for you doesn't expire. What was meant for you doesn't expire. It doesn't. You know, like bread you buy, it has an expiration date. What God meant for you, it will never expire. God is always going to fulfill his purpose for you. We delay it because we be trying to go this way, and God said, no, you got to go this way. Well, I don't want to go that way. That looks scary that way. No, God is going to be with you. It just takes maturity. God has a way of taking what was broken and using it to build something more beautiful than before. For those who don't call it faith, think of it as, I don't like using this word because a lot of people use that, the universe working in divine timing, aligning everything that was scattered. See, the universe is what God created. So many people give credit to the universe did it. No. But for those of you who say the universe is turning and the universe is doing this, no, it is God. God alone created the universe. This ain't about judgment. It's just letting you know 2025 has been a year that many people feel like they have lost a lot. And you've been questioning, where is God? God, what are you doing? God is going to redeem and restore everything that you lost. Everything that the enemy took from you, everything you lost through bad relationships, bad connections, God is going to restore it all. Do not lose hope. See, this just isn't about getting back what you lost. It's about becoming someone new because of what you went through. You're not going back to what you were. You're rising into what is next and what you're going to become in this next season. Your story didn't end in that loss. And so I need you to lift up your heads, O ye gates, so the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Your story will not end in loss. That was just the middle chapter. The comeback is already being written quietly, faithfully, piece by piece, as you continue to move forward with God. And when it all unfolds, it'll make sense why everything you had fell apart in the first place. So just trust God. I want to encourage you. Please read Joel 2:25. Take this word back to God and ask him to confirm it for you and what it means to you. So if you're listening to this right now, I want you to take a deep breath. What you lost is not the end of your story. It's not. The setup for your comeback is already in motion. The restoration, the breakthrough, the new opportunities, it is right there. It's already in motion. It's already in motion. You're not behind. A lot of times people feel like, oh, I should have accomplished this by then and all the things. You're not behind. God can redeem the time and he's going to redeem it for you. You're not forgotten. You're being rebuilt for something you cannot see. Trust the Father. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding, but in all of your ways acknowledge him. He's directing your path. He is. Trust that. Please trust that, because the same pain that tried to break you is the very thing that's going to bless you. But you got to believe. We are called believers. Believe. Believe. Jesus said, believe. Only believe. That's all he requires. So whether you call it grace, whether you call it God, divine's timing, restoration is coming. And I need you to get that settled in your spirit. Everything that is gone is going to find its way back to you, renewed and multiplied. Multiplied. God is a God of multiplication. See, the story doesn't end with loss. It begins again with you rising, with you trusting. And I just want to give you 3 scriptures that I was thinking about today that I really want you to focus on. Joel 2:25, Romans 8:28, and Isaiah 61:7. Meditate on those today. Get those as seed down in your spirit. So as you enter this new season, as we go into 2026, God is going to restore everything. Joel 2:25 says, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. Isaiah 61:7 says, instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion. You're going to receive double. And of course, I believe you all know Romans 8:28. For we know that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord, who are called according to his purpose. You are called. You are called. Okay. So I was just thinking, talking to the young lady, and I just wanted to pop in and encourage somebody. Somebody needs to know you have lost a lot this year. 2025. So many people are like, can this year be done? Can it be over? We have had some challenges this year. We have gone through some things, but we serve our Abba Father. Our Abba Father, who owns it all. Psalms 24, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. He is going to restore everything that you lost this year. Walk in expectation of 2026 being your best year. Your best year. God is going to restore it. He sees everything you lost. He sees everybody that has done you wrong. He sees how your family mistreated you. He sees how your spouse cheated on you, walked out on you, left you with all the burden of debt. But God is going to restore all of that. And he is going to get the glory in your situation. And people are going to ask you, man, how did you overcome that? How did you come through that? And you'll be able to say nothing but the grace of God. Nothing. I pray that you're encouraged by this. And I want you to drop down in the comments, restoration, because God is about to restore everything that you lost. Listen, you all rest well tonight. I love each and every one of you, and I'm praying for you. Shalom.